Hello, we're back again. It's a twofer!
Yeah.
Well, okay, kind of. Not really. It's not in the same video, but close enough. We're doing them back to back in the recording. So this is that video that I told you that I did not save the replay of because I did embarrassingly bad. Well, Lanissum just kind of browbeat me into doing it, so...
Yeah, I saved the video.
Yes, he saved the video. Ah, you dork. Why would you do that?
Oh. I mean, honestly, this was a pretty good game with some serious tank flanking being important here. Now, despite the apparent bad performance of Will, he did serve a valuable purpose and distracted the enemy. And we need to highlight that.
So let me translate from the warbled mess that is Skype. Basically, I'm the distraction. Lanissum is going to come and clean everything up. We're actually going to win this, surprisingly, despite my absolute failure. But yes, it was pretty close. The only reason that we probably won is Anthony B here on the pack team just kind of quit really early in the match.
Yeah.
Really early in the match.
Really early.
Yeah. So...
He got cleaned, his clock got cleaned, and then he just rage quit.
He shouldn't have done that, man. He shouldn't have done that.
Oh, well.
So let's talk about unit comp.
Right, so I went with some M1A1 Abrams and some infantry and some AA and an Apache at some point. Pretty well balanced all around. It would help if I could actually see where my units are once they actually get on the field. What about you?
I did something stupid for this map that I should have known not to do, which was going a mix of heavy and medium tanks and a little bit of AA, and that's it. And I'm taking Foxtrot side, which of course is the better side for armor in my opinion, because there's more open ground over here, but nobody fights there. They fight in Echo, which, as you'll see, Judge Man is going to come up with loads of infantry and some T-80Us and is going to completely obliterate me and take Foxtrot.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you really need infantry if you want to hold Foxtrot. Although they had artillery too, so it probably wouldn't have been terribly useful. In my case, we can finally see what I have. I got a few tanks, basically a bunch of heavy tanks for my armored corps, then about 8 units of infantry, and then some AA and recon. And the Apache is somewhere around here. Oh, yeah, I also have a Black Hawk with recon infantry. Just because. No reason not to, really. It did serve their purpose. I don't recall where I got that Apache, though. Might have come in later during the game.
I think it was when you had so many points to blow you didn't really care.
Yeah, probably. You don't get Apaches when you have very few points.
No.
I mean, seriously, 1 buck and you're fucked. Yeah.
No, that's pretty clever. 1 buck and fucked.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But in this case, it seems like I haven't really seen that many bucks lately, which is interesting.
I haven't either, actually. That's relatively surprising.
I wonder if they've nerfed them.
I don't think so.
Well, we have been gone forever, and here the game has started.
Yay!
Okay, so...
Let's look at our tanks sit on the road.
Dum.
There we go. And they're off. It's the VAB and the PC in the front, VAB and the PC in the front, followed up by the Lukes. And we watch them go. So we're not going to engage the enemy until a little bit later. Although they are going to move up surprisingly fast through Bravo and into Echo, which was relatively surprising for me. I'm going to move a recon helicopter over here into these woods, so hopefully I'll be able to spot whatever's in Bravo, and you're going to see the hilarity that happens to it pretty soon too, which is an omen of things to come for the rest of this round. So I'm starting to come to the conclusion that the Pact just generally has better AT capabilities than NATO. I don't know what you think about that, Lanissum, but I'm starting to come to that conclusion because the AT teams and stuff, or at least the tank destroyers that Pact has, are just better. They're just better.
I mean, NATO has a lot more heavy tanks that are economical to use. I mean, with Pact you have like the T-80, which has maybe 6 accuracy and, I don't know, 8 or 9 armor front. And it only costs like 90 or so. But if you want to go higher than that, it's like, 90, then 120, and then you're up to like 160 a tank or something ridiculous like that. Whereas with NATO, you can get Leopard 2s, you can get M1A1s, you can get the French so-called heavy tanks.
The AMX 32s, the ones that I'm rolling right here.
Yeah, I mean, those things are like paper tigers, and they kind of suck, really.
No, they're not that bad. They have good range.
Good range,
and accuracy, and accuracy. Look at that.
Look at my M1A1s. They have accuracy and range and armor. I mean,
okay, and they're more expensive too.
Oh god, by like 30 points. And if you look at Delta, the fight begins. You can see that he's rushing Scots into Delta, or actually not Delta, but around there. Although he didn't quite beat me there, which is kind of odd since Scots are normally pretty fast. But in this case, he wasn't fast enough. And he's going to blunder right into some of my infantry, and unfortunately the RPG didn't get them. Damn. The good news is, though,
they're probably still going to die.
Yeah, he brought, like, the really crappy infantry. Holy cow. Yeah, really crappy infantry. Like, 4 accuracy infantry. They're going to get slaughtered. And they only have, like, half manpower, too. Yeah, it's actually not a terribly uneven fight.
Unfortunately, we missed my Kiowa getting shot down. So
yeah.
I'll go ahead and fill in the details for you. Basically, they had some Special Forces Igla infantry with them, and I died.
Yeah, and back over at Delta, the Spetsnaz is on the move, and I'm GTFOing with my infantry because Spetsnaz is bad. And my M1 Abrams get onto the fight and take off some Afghansky, and the T-80s, we start the fight.
Oh look, there's some command armor that's getting sniped.
Got that
like
first,
that.
And then we start shooting at the T-80s. And they're actually doing some pretty nasty damage. Yeah, they're doing damage to me alright. So, Webb sends up his tow missiles to help me out since he's not really engaging on his flank just yet.
Now, I will admit, that was a bad decision. We did not know exactly how much they were pushing up, but yeah. I wish I hadn't done that.
They are pushing up quite a lot, and the T-80s are taking some serious damage now.
Because here are 2 T-80Us that are coming up, plus 2 T-80BVs.
Yeah, I definitely needed to have those missiles elsewhere.
Yeah, and I wish I had known those were coming, but I didn't.
My opponent sends his T-80s to the woods, but he turns his side armor and promptly gets annihilated. Yeah.
However, I would like to point out there is a lot of stuff in these woods. It's rather unfortunate these flame panzers can't actually see what's going on. They're actually getting shot by my curs, which is hilarious.
He has 4 flame panzers and I have 2 infantry squads, and yet my infantry are somehow not getting annihilated.
That's because the flame panzers are shooting at the APCs.
Yeah, that would be it. But now they're down to 2 flame panzers, and my infantry are about to annihilate them.
Alright, and here is where this all goes sideways for me. T-80Us, those AT missiles, taking out these AMX 32s. Oh, it's a bad day for me, let me tell you. Very bad day.
It certainly helps when you have actual tanks there as opposed to French ones.
Hey, I like my French tanks. They're cultured. They're cultured.
5 for 100 points. I mean, it's just not gonna cut it.
No. That was totally not gonna cut it. And unfortunately, these AT Jeeps just didn't do anything, but there's Anthony B surrendering.
Yeah, he just lost like all of his stuff, or about half of his stuff actually. I only have 800 points.
This right here, this exchange between my tow Jeeps and these T-80 BVs blew my mind. I don't think they did anything. No, they did not.
Did nothing.
They did absolutely nothing to those T-80 BVs. Nothing at all. Between, I think, 8 tow Jeeps, they did nothing.
Well, you have to admit that T-80BV has 10 front armor, and they both have 10 front armor.
Yeah, but if you look at the statistics on the tow Jeeps, they have 11 AP.
Right, but the point is, you kind of lost a lot of Jeeps there. I'm not really sure what to say, except that maybe they can improve accuracy, and I just called in my Apache only to find out their spawn was camped. So I'm going, oh snap, well, why are you telling me the spawn is camped?
And that would be because I wasn't looking, because I'm an awesome teammate.
Yeah.
Yes, this is another reason why this round was totally not one of my best. No, look, I'm pushing my chaparrals right into these BMP-1s, and I decided to go absolutely balls to the wall toward these T-80s.
Yeah, not gonna work.
Like an idiot, and my tanks are shooting the BMP-1s because they're just being special like that.
Yeah, and unfortunately, This is why you don't get cheap tanks and send them against heavy tanks.
No.
I mean, with maybe 1 or 2 heavy tanks, it might make sense to rush them, but with 4, you're gonna lose a lot of stuff. It just makes more sense to have actual heavy tanks. In any case, I'm sending over my stuff to help out Webs after repairing my M1s. They took quite a bit of damage dealing with those T80s, but now they're okay. But the enemy's T80s are just pushing up hard. They really don't have anything to oppose them.
Not at all. These MBT-70s don't stand a chance.
No, not really. Maybe a lucky missile shot on the side, but that's really their only hope.
Poor chaparrals. They're getting destroyed.
Yeah, although your courier is actually doing not bad, and I think we can actually kill some of these BMP-1s that pretty nifty.
Nope. It might have taken out one of them, but it died.
Oh well.
And now they're going to move into these woods here, and...
Totally cut off Foxtrot, make it completely untenable.
Yeah, but here you can see, you know, looking at this stuff,
yeah.
the VPZU and the Iglas.
Yeah, look at the Apache. Yeah, this is why sidearm is really important. It just fired off a shot, got a hit, almost killed the tank. Fires off another one, and snipes like 200 points right there. Boom. It was T80U. 200 points, yeah, right off the top. So that Apache just paid for itself right there. Now this is like the counterbalance to having like only heavy tanks, because you send one Apache and boom, sniped.
And notice that their AA pretty much solely consists of AA teams on the ground, so like these PZRK Iglas and stuff. No, they totally cannot go toe-to-toe with an Apache at all.
Yeah, as long as I can keep eyes on them, they're not going to get me.
And here are the tow jeeps. Maybe they'll do something this time. Oh, wait, no, their missile's going straight into the ground.
Yeah, they're also out of missiles now, too.
That was beautiful.
My M1 Abrams are slowly moving up. I'm not sure if they'll actually get any shots in here. Probably not.
I think we retreated them because there was no support for them at all.
Yeah, I'm like, well, there's nothing left here, so I pull back a little bit. I've got a few hits off, but not really any damage on the T80U. I'm sending my Apache up a bit, but his Igla team is pretty close.
Yeah, these Abrams are starting to take some damage now, so...
Yeah. Yeah, definitely taking some damage. I think I'll probably be pulling them back. Firing off a few more Hellfires. You'll see, I actually get some damage. So we've almost killed a BV, and oh, there goes another BV.
Yep.
And that's 175 points right there.
And these infantry are just in a bad place.
Yeah, bad place. And I'm GTFOing my Apache after it kills another BV and almost kills the last one. If you look at it, it's down to like 0 health.
Now that everybody is kind of falling back to lick their wounds, let's take a look at map control right now. As you can see, we are starting to get backed into a corner here, and that's not good. I have completely folded on Foxtrot. I have practically 0 units left. As you can see by my points over here, 338 points. I've lost so much stuff. It's not even funny. At this point, we're having to retreat and consolidate our forces in order to actually make a push. And he's entrenching himself pretty heavily in Foxtrot here. These woods are loaded with stuff. And of course, we don't have any artillery, so yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah. Actually, that's the point that they actually have more points than we do, gaming. And they're only banned by 400 points, which really isn't that much.
No, and this round is going to be pretty close for the rest of the match. They're trying to artillery these Abrams, trying to catch them as they fall back, but they're not going to get anything.
Yeah, I really don't think artillery does that much damage against tanks these days. Although my Abrams are basically almost dead. They have to repair them before they can fight again.
Now, these are Malkas. They're pretty hefty artillery, 7 HE and 10 accuracy. Yeah, I suspect if your tank got a direct hit from an arty shell, it would probably kill it. Or at least some of the damaged ones.
Yeah, well, this is basically all of them.
So at this point, we've noticed they don't have a lot of AA, thanks to Lanissum's wonderful Apache flying here.
Yeah, which apparently, normally with any box around, the Apache dies like, first missile.
Right, but as we can see, the only place they really have any bucks are back here in the back with their arty. So, of course we didn't know that at the time, and I've asked Lanissum to take his Blackhawk and buzz their main with it.
And it's going off right about now, actually.
And I'm taking my gunship helicopters. I'm going to fly up north just in case they really are undefended. I'm just going to go take them out right now. And Lanissum is actually pushing north into these woods to clear out that tiny little block of woods from the infantry that have been camped there pretty much the whole game.
No need to let them, you know, get eyes on the center of our little Doom fort. Especially with all the artillery they have. That's really bad.
But of course, these infantry are going to fold really fast because they're bad.
They're horrible infantry. Like,
yes.
4 accuracy and half the manpower.
But at least they're cheap.
Yeah, they're cheap, all right.
And dead.
Yeah, very dead. So, you see that the enemy is actually calling on more command tracks to take advantage of the fact that they own basically half the map. Actually more than half. Webb's airborne assault is moving around, and I'm sending my transport chopper to buzz their main. And we take a look at Charlie. They don't have that much. They have 2 T-80Us and no AA at all. Which is kind of funny, because you would think after noticing my Apache destroying about half of their heavy armor, they'd be a bit more wary about that, but nevertheless, they seem to be recalcitrant on spending the necessary money for AA.
Well, I mean, they do have AA, but they're taking that in the form of these AA infantry, which
is really, unless they fly
I don't
right
know.
over
That's a pretty questionable strategy there.
Yeah, I mean, unless they fly over it, it's not going to do anything. And
right,
you know, it makes sense for.
Here's the Black Hawk that's about to go down right now.
Yeah, there are the Bucks. You have 2 missiles.
Bring on the missiles.
Yeah,
Bam.
it's dead.
Direct hits both times. So that was
it.
And so we call off my chopper attack. But by this point, this group of Rangers here has spotted these T-80Us out in the open, and Lanissum says, Webbs, attack the T-80Us with your Cobras. I'm like, but these are the crappy Cobras.
I mistakenly assumed that he had the firepower to kill them, and
it's going to cost me.
I really should have just sent my Apache in to get the shots off. But, yeah. And it's unfortunate.
And also, look here. Here come the AA infantry.
But honestly, they only have like 4 missiles.
That's true, but they're going to be annoying, and they are going to kill a chopper or 2. Alright, so here's this T-80U, and look at how little damage it's taking with this many Cobras shooting it.
If you had managed to get off another volley, you probably would have killed it.
There goes one of the choppers, and right now I'm freaking out because I've got AA here.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
That was probably unfortunately overkill.
That was, because now they're pretty much out of rockets.
Yeah. Oh well.
Or they're out of the rockets that might actually be able to kill this T-80U.
And if we maybe prioritize our targets a bit better and attacked like the command track or whatever, we probably would have been able to come out on top here, but this is kind of an abortive air assault.
So now, and here is the thing that really confuses me. I'm sitting here spamming right clicks on this T-80U that's damaged, and they refuse to shoot it. They absolutely refuse to shoot the T-80U that's under him, which, if you look at my perspective, they can easily see. They won't do it. They want to shoot this other T-80U.
Or something like that.
Probably, but you would think they would fall back.
Beats me. And there goes one of our recon units. And here comes the Apache. Unfortunately, it's just a bit too late. We didn't coordinate well enough on that assault there.
No.
And the enemy is bringing up AA somewhere around here. Yeah, they're bringing up Tunguska. Yeah, so obviously the clock is ticking. And somewhere around here we decided to go find the command truck and kill it, but
that didn't happen. I send all my choppers in, which was an incredibly stupid idea with all this armor here.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Apache stays back and gets such valuable kills as infantry APCs. Yeah. And somewhere around here we realize there's a Tunguska shooting at us, and we should probably not stick around.
Which honestly, I should have just left my... Actually, I couldn't have killed that command armor anyway. So, at that point, it was time to retreat and get out of there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
But look at Foxtrot. Look at Foxtrot. It's completely entrenched right now.
There's not a single NATO unit anywhere near Foxtrot. So, obviously, we just did a formal push, and somehow we're still 200 points ahead on us. I don't think we really killed anything here, except maybe some infantry. So I'm really surprised that we are not, like, dead yet.
And here go my Cobras. They're trying to fall back here. They do wipe out my Cobra that was left in Charlie. These two Cobras, they're going to try and fly their way home. Oh, wait. Webs, webs, webs. There's infantry in those woods. There's infantry in those woods. And they get shot at, but, you know, fortunately enough for me, it's not going to do much to them. So, I get out of there safely, surprisingly.
Yeah. Normally infantry annihilate. There might have been a patch, or they're just really shitty infantry. I'm not sure which.
Let's take a look at these infantry.
Yeah, they're like the 4 accuracy ones.
Yeah, they're the 6 accuracy, 1 HE ones. So
Okay.
yeah, they're pretty crappy.
Not that bad. But, yeah.
Not good enough.
You can see that the enemy is sending more guys towards Charlotte, because obviously we've been messing around there. So we've fallen back from Foxtrot. Webs made a defensive perimeter in front of Hotel, although it consists entirely of Toes and Valeries. So if they had pushed there, I'm not sure what would have happened. Probably would have been pretty ugly. But, I mean, the thing that they're really still missing is mobile AA, which really is hurting them, because my Apache's been flying around like a sky god without anyone really bothering him.
A sky god.
Oh yeah, sky god.
Actually, it is vetted up once with, especially considering how expensive Apaches are.
Easily earned twice.
Oh man, you're right. Holy crap, that thing almost is vet 2.
Yeah, it's basically vet 2.
Okay, well.
Sky god. No buck anywhere around to un-god him.
Alright, so here's me calling up 2 more Valerises here.
Yeah, at some point we decided we have to attack since the enemy has more points than we do, and they, you know, they're only like 150 points behind us. Which is really not a situation you want to be in.
And so we decide to go ahead and start planning an assault on Foxtrot. That's why I'm calling my stuff in. About this point, Lanissum is going to begin forming his stuff up in Golf, getting ready for an attack from that flank. And I'm going to be moving my stuff to the south of Foxtrot, actually on this call-in point, so that when they call in this additional command truck right here, which is going to secure Foxtrot and allow them to call in reinforcements there, we're going to be able to kill them. Notice that they've moved all of their stuff up from the back, because remember that earlier they had things watching this road here. They don't have that there anymore, so they cannot see my units until it's too late.
Yeah, although it kind of makes sense since they don't need to camp that spawn, but it would definitely be useful to keep an eye on there in case someone tried to sneak in.
Exactly. That is a pretty good use for some cheap recon units there. Just keep an eye back there to make sure that nobody's doing anything stupid. And here comes their command vehicle here. We do spot that. Let's take a look at my perspective here. We do spot that this Kurz right here is going to be able to see that for a brief moment, and I start screaming that we need to kill that thing. But of course, like everything else in this match, it's going to be a nice little abortive attempt to try and kill that thing. We don't have enough stuff at all. So
yeah, nowhere near enough.
Didn't happen.
Nothing was really in engagement range anyhow. I should see that they've got an Igla team. Yeah, the only A they have is like Igla teams in Foxtrot. I'm surprised they haven't just bought one more buck and sent it up, since, I mean, that would totally...
However, that strategy might not actually be too bad, because line of sight here is going to really hurt us, and our choppers are going to have to basically be right over the woods.
Right. But,
and as you see, my Cobras are going to get absolutely wasted.
Okay, that's just bad chopper use right there.
Right. well...
I mean, look at this T-80U. That's on the edge of the woods. If it starts shooting at stuff, I could stick an Apache and start lobbing missiles at it without getting too close. Yeah, obviously, flying choppers over enemy woods is just not smart.
Right.
And over at Delta, the enemy is sending off another attack. And I'm surprised my infantry have held out as long, since they just ran out of missiles. Which is obviously not a good thing. They also discovered one of my recon units, which forces me to pull that sucker back. But it seems like it's managed to help, you know, retreat without getting shot up. And then they decide to go attack my entrenched infantry manually. Those guys have gotten a lot of kills. If you don't recall, these 2 infantry squads are what cleared the entire woods of Delta and forced the other guy to drop. So they're doing pretty good, and there's some friendly fire going on right there, so yeah, it never hurts. Yeah, enemy friendly fire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Although at some point I imagine these shells will probably find my infantry. I don't recall if they survived or not. Probably not, though.
And Major Whittlesey sends a message by carrier pigeon. You're killing us. For heaven's sakes, stop it.
Yeah, really. And right now, Webbs has just crested the hill overlooking the spawn. Unfortunately, he just barely missed the T-80Us, which are just running in. It would have been really awesome if you got some side shots in there, but unfortunately, not gonna happen.
That would have been great.
Yep.
So right now I'm going to take the opportunity just to resupply, even though I really don't need to. I'm going to push up. I see this Tunguska coming, and I'm like, well, okay, might as well make some use of this. Wait, my other Valorisas are not in position. There's only one of them that can actually do anything. Ah.
Yeah.
But by this point, Lanissum has called on some artillery, so he's artillerying these T-80Us here that have been called in. I'm going to start pushing my stuff up. He's pushing his stuff up. And we're going to take Foxtrot. We are going to take Foxtrot.
Yeah, and as you know, the enemy's only about 50 points behind, or 40 points behind now. And so this is pretty much it.
Now this maneuver right here by these T-80Us was not smart. They pushed forward. They should not have done that.
Yeah, I mean, because they're coming right for them.
They're about to get unloaded on. And fortunately, my tanks are about to get some action here.
And
finally.
He actually gets in, and unfortunately they missed that missile. Hey, there's a Tunguska. I didn't notice that before. Not sure if it survives. So it's almost dead, though. Hey, another T-80U bites the dust. And I don't recall if that T-80U seems to have escaped, unfortunately.
But I'd like to point out that they have, in fact, noticed my Valorisas in the back. So they're going to try and engage me now with some supply traps.
So the enemy's in a bit of a pickle right now, since I'm pushing infantry in amongst them, and artillery, and he's in the rear. I'm not sure what happens in a real side.
There's T-80 BVs back here, which is not good, but the infantry here moving up through Foxtrot, being able to clear these woods with relative ease, this T-80U is going to be a slight bit of a problem, but once those infantry get into good AT missile range, that's not going to last very long.
Yeah, actually some light tanks moving up across the side here to get some friends.
Oh look, here's a Havoc! Yay, it's exactly what I wanted for Christmas.
Yeah, the enemy definitely following our lead there, and hey, here comes some enemy artillery fire. If you look on Delta, it's not going to be pretty. I have 3 full squads of infantry right there in the woods, and making a pretty nice target.
Delta?
Not Delta, Foxtrot. And look at Foxtrot, and yeah, they definitely got correct fire going on there. But the fight is not over. Oh, there goes that entire platoon of infantry. Not pretty.
These Leopard 1A1s are just kind of chilling there for a second. Okay, they're finally advancing on that T-80U, but
if they get close enough and get off a shot, they'll be able to do it, but
it looks like there's only 2 of them left. That T-80U plus whatever's sitting in the woods here. Let's find out what's sitting in the woods here. Oh, nope, these 2 BMP-1s are going to take that out pretty nicely.
It's probably just BMP-1s firing across from wherever. And if the Slapper can get off a shot, it might do it. No.
Not happening. I thought we just had a discussion about cheap tanks versus heavy tanks in the last Shoutcast.
Yeah, and it would seem that they didn't work out so hard.
No, I thought we'd already come to that conclusion.
Yeah. So,
here's that Havoc just chilling there that we can see, and I'm like, oh man, where's my Chaparral? Where's your Chaparral? Why don't we have Chaparrals near there?
Yeah, I think we're learning the same lesson that they have not learned from us, but there's our Chaparral, and start firing off, and hey, they lose an Havoc. Excellent. So now we're about 350 points away from victory. The enemy's about 500 points away. It's still very close. Now, key tactical moment here. This hill on Foxtrot, I'm hugging it right now since I don't want to retreat and then get his T-80U shooting at me, along with God knows what else. So I'm just staying close. If he comes with the crest, it's going to be point blank, and first guy who fires wins, pretty much. Artillery shooting at something, no idea what. And yeah.
Oh,
so,
okay, all right. Hero Zippo right here. Hero Zippo is going to be a hero here because it's going to do something pretty valuable. Here we go. Hero Zippo sees the T-80U, and we all know what happens next when you start getting flamethrower vehicles shooting at you. Stun.
M1 Abrams crests the hill.
So this T-80U is going to be in a very, very bad place right now.
And I should note, they're presenting a Sergeant over me, so it's very bad for them. T-80BV, gone. Boom. And then T-80U...
continued moving. It got to a spot where it couldn't see those Abrams. It's going to get wasted. Gone. Game over. Right there. Thank you, Abrams.
Yeah, that was definitely a poorly timed enemy tank movement.
Yeah, so there's the score. Lanissum winning, Webb's losing, other team losing.
Almost. It was a minor victory. Pretty
Yes, it was a minor victory, but it was a victory nonetheless. And Lanissum managing his units correctly, Webb's not managing his units correctly. I'm starting to notice a trend here.
Yeah, you should look at one of the pack guys, the one who quit 42 points in kills.
That was pretty bad. The minute he started getting wasted like that, he should have pulled back, assumed a defensive position, let you come to him, because by committing all of that stuff,
he just got annihilated.
He just lost the game for his team right there.
Basically, once his T-88 got dumbed down, he just ran all the stuff by my M1 Abrams, and not much of it made it.
No, he should have let those Abrams come into the woods and just kept infantry there, because really...
Even when he did get into those woods past my M1s, he didn't really manage, and my infantry cleaned them up. My infantry killed 4 flame tanks. I mean, obviously something's not right there. Right?
Yeah, I don't even know how that happened, really. Even my scout jeep was getting shots off on those flame panzers, and what?
Yeah,
that should never happen.
Pretty crazy stuff there.
Yeah. Okay, well that's all for this Shoutcast. Until next time, we promise we won't disappear for forever.
A while.
Yeah, at least for another 2 weeks or so, and then we'll disappear for about 2 months.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is.
Yeah, so it goes. All right, until next time, it's Quantitative Easing signing off.